Hi, this is Penny from Dragon's Eye Hub, and today on the Venus Cosmic Weather Report we're going to talk about SALACIA and the rehydration of the rose. So it's a very watery concept this year on the 432 Hertz, which is all to do with that Piscean energy. And right now we have Saturn and Neptune within the Piscean energy. And it's water, it's the orange and gold rose, and it's also Archangel Metatron. And this is an initiation into the Akash, but this is going within to the Akash, not going outside. So this is asking yourself about how can I connect not to my regression of what I have been, but a progression of what I can be or I will be. You've already done it. It's all, you know, your future self, you've already done it. There is no subject of time. But right now, where the energy is moving, it's asking us to think outside of the box. So we're being asked on 432 on the 222 to work through that Lemurian energy, which is a coding of energy where 5D and above can work within 4D and below. That's right, get my numbers right. So on 432 on the 222, look to see if there's any 432 in your chart. If you haven't had your chart done at dragon'seyehub.com, then just play 432 on the 222 or invoke it. I invoke the 432 on the 222 and ask, you know, put a question out there and just sit with it. Do it before you go to sleep and maybe play 432 in your room where you're sleeping, and to see if it comes in the dreamscape, because that's coming up a lot right now. Not dreaming every night, but dreams coming in specifically for you when you need. So this is about the Akash, the initiation, and it's not regression per se, it's more progression, looking forward, becoming, sitting in what you're already becoming. I mean, we're all going through it, right? Archangel Metatron is there with Saturn and Neptune. Neptune is limitless possibilities. Saturn is the container maker of the frequency astrology, which is the Dragon Rose astrology, which we've channeled. And it's a cosmology. It's more than just, well, there's nothing more than just astrology, but it's a cosmology. It works with the light coming in rather than just the Gaian perspective. And it's working with the orange and gold rose, orange being that's the sense and the colour ray of Archangel Metatron, and the gold rose is also the illumination within that. So there's quite a lot. If you're on the knowledge side of the week where you want to find out more, 432 is the one to play for limitless choice to create that new container. And we say that SALACIA and so who is SALACIA? SALACIA and Venus rehydrate the rose. So SALACIA is the consort, or the other half of the balance of the two of Neptune. And SALACIA right now, her aspect in this solar system is working through an asteroid within the asteroid belt. She is also at 432 at 19 degrees. So she's positioning herself just by the side of Neptune and Saturn. She's just a degree away. So she's stepping back and she's pushing forward assistance in that realm. So just to help you understand where SALACIA is right now, and we'll talk a bit more about the asteroids as we go through in the coming weeks, because she's becoming very, very strong, and we'll come to that in a minute when we talk of where the moon is right now. Then we work with Venus. Venus right now is working heavily with Uranus and Hygeia, and she's also working with the moon, birthing those heart stones with the Hathors and the Rainbow Temple of Light, the Sisters of Dendara, for evolution, progression. So not so much of looking back, but looking forward. So we may find ourselves in different situations, but rather than sinking back into the old patterns, how can we change that? How can we move forward? Venus is at the 285 on the 555. She's in a very evolutionary mode. She's also working beautifully with Saturn. Remember, is your whole left side. She's the translator energy, and she's working heavily, beautifully though, with the Great Awakener, which is on the top of the crown. The crown has 3 aspects, and right on the top we have the Great Awakener. The Great Awakener is on at 741, which is balance. So there's this evolution, but with balance. So it's not asking too much of us, just to maybe slow down a little bit, which brings us up to another point. So if you want to really feel into Venus and this evolutionary Venus, and to connect with your crown and bring those messages in with balance, 741 is the one. If you just want to connect with Venus right now, 285, look for any of that in your chart to see where it's coming in your energy, in your light anatomy. But like I said, she's working beautifully with the Great Awakener, which is also part of, 741 is the other octave of Taurus, so it's working really lovely. It's a beautiful moment. Mars is activating, is in a highly activating mode. Mars is working with the South Node. The South Node is on 999, remembering, helping you remember. So we're releasing things from our energy, from our bodies, from all bodies, and Mars is really kickstarting this. He's on the 777, he's on that activation mode. He's highly connected with Egypt at the moment, and fit on that 7 ray through the planet. And it's activating the South Node, and they will be coming together during this week. And so the South Node is on 528 of the 999, so look to see if you've got any 528 through your light anatomy. If not, just simply play 528. But this is releasing on a huge scale. You're probably feeling it, you're probably feeling things going on with your body, things going on with your reality, not quite clear, not quite there, but there. It's very watery. It's, as we said, with Neptune, Venus and Saturn and SALACIA working all together with that. SALACIA is the 5555 blue ray. She's very Mintakan, that energy, SALACIA right now. This is where her aspect is bringing energy in from, is the ascended planet of Mintaka, which used to be in the solar system, again water, but it's very siren energy. You know, like if you sit quiet enough, or if you swim, or if you go in the sea, or if you walk, you will feel this energy coming in, and it is in the next octave of evolution. So that, moving forward from Mars, we now go to Mercury. Now Mercury is within the wisdom of the moon. It's at absolute 50% dark and light, and it's on the degree of star and harvest. This is asking us to allow and to go with your flow, because this is the pathway. This is the opening of this harvest time as you enter into your Maki. Now your Maki, we're going to talk about, but this is an evolutionary aspect within your light anatomy to enter into, which will be much more expansive and leads you into a widening octave, a different octave of energy. Rather than 3 numbers, the triple numbers, we're moving into 4 numbers. And this is Star and Harvest. This is on 417, on the 555 again, that 555, that evolutionary code. And at 50%, it's allowing that 5555 to open through Maki, which is, it again, is really evolutionary. So if you want to feel into this energy, because the moon is about feel, and the next stage is about feel, but not anybody else. How do you feel? And when you feel into something, that's how you can truly co-create. This is putting your finger on the button to create something. So when you work with 417, sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable, because it's taken us to the next step. but it's coming in with the wisdom of the moon, and it's working beautifully with Venus, working beautifully within the Hathor gateway, but it's taking us to the next octave, which is the etheric rainbow temple, where the heart stones are first created. So we create these to create our realities. They're birthed through the Sisters of Dendara, which is within you. You have this temple of light within you. To access that, like I said, is the 5555 right now. It's the gateway to Maki Maki, the conduit to all moons, and all the moons collate knowledge. And we are ready, and it will connect you to your resonance of knowledge. So it will connect you to what you're ready for. It will connect you ready or not. This is the kind of energy where it will come in consciously or unconsciously, because it's the frequency that's creating this collective language right now within our reality. But evolution is in full throttle. And also, while we've been talking of, you know, all these personal planets as also the transpersonal and the asteroids, we then, because we're looking at the south node of releasing and co-creating at the same time, if you want to feel into that co-creation, you can feel into the 1185, which is the ascended divine feminine, not the divine feminine, but the ascended divine feminine. And she's in full remembrance mode right now for the collective. If you've got 1185 within your energy, look to that and see where it's placed within your light anatomy. If you haven't, simply go on to dragon'seyehub.com. There's an orange button, just press the button, and the orange button will take you to the free frequency directory, and just press and play. She is working with lapis lazuli, and it's all about co-creation. It's a really interesting week this week, so we're going to finish off with there's only one dragon at play right now, and this is the Thor's red, black and golden dragon, the self. It's working with the self. This dragon is amazing at working with low density and recreating with that low density energy crystallization of a more expansive energy. So rather than taking you down, it's going to take you up. So just be careful. If you're very sensitive to energy, you know, you might find it a bit, but don't worry about it. You know, you have your own tools, you know what to do. Ground in your own ways. I know everyone has their own ways, but working with your Earth Star right now, if you are super sensitive, will really help bring this energy in. As we said, Pallas Athena, the collective Pallas Athena, 10 centimeters above the crown, which is the collective Pallas Athena right now we're talking about. But you can look where the 1185 is within your personal light anatomy. That's working on the 111. So if you're looking for energy to come in to work with the dragon energy, which is on the Thor's red and black and golden dragon, the dragons themselves work with platinum and the black rose, which is highly evolved ancient energy. The platinum and black rose takes you right into that energy of creation, of co-creation. So if you want to take a little look at that, 111 on the 999, helping you to remember, and it will only show you what you can work with. If you feel a bit frightened, look to the resistance within. If you feel a bit wary, step back. Maybe, as I said, work with Venus to help translate those energies that are coming in. But know that what is being presented to you right now, you can handle. You created you. You created this moment. This is one of the best moments right now to be on planet ever, because we're going through this evolution. I know evolution happens every second, every minute, every heartbeat, but right now it's amplified. And so we hope these are a few tools that can help you. So SALACIA and Venus are rehydrating the rose. This year is all about water. On the 432, right now it's working through that Lemurian energy, which allows 5D and above to work with 4D and below. Just to recap, she is the consort with Neptune, the yin and the yang, and she's just a degree behind both Neptune and Saturn. And they are all working on 432 with the orange and gold rose and Archangel Metatron. Venus is within the gateway of Hathor. She's with Uranus at 8 degrees still, the Phoenix and breakthrough, and working with Hygeia, which is a gateway at the back of your navel, about 10 centimeters at the back of your back, at the same line as your navel. And this is a gateway. Your navel's a gateway, and at the back there, it's a bridge to all your bodies. So this is where there's real change coming in. You're feeling it. You've been feeling it for a while. You've been working with it, but now's the time. This is where we step up, we step in, and we start realizing the amazing beings that we are. This is where you truly start to work with your sovereignty and what you came here to do and what you want to do. And this is working consciously and unconsciously with the collective. Gaia herself is full on working with the moons, which is why Maki is coming, and the moon is at 50% on the day of Venus. It's a great gateway day when the moon is at half light, half dark. It's a real avenue of exploration, and it's on 5555, the entry where it's going into, which is Mintarkan. So SALACIA, if you want to go to the beach, you could really connect with that. Then we move to Mars. Now Mars, again, like we said, 528 on the 999. Mars itself is on the 528 on the 777, activating. 528 on the 999 is the south node, which is at the bottom of the heart, where we're released from the heart. And we're releasing on a huge scale, but we are also co-creating in sync. So it is very much that weaving energy of light. Again, we have the moon in the gateway of Hathor. She is at exactly half moon, and Gaia is working very closely with the moon on these days. When the moon is at 50%, Gaia and her are chatting. And that is the day, that is a good time for the gateway to Maki to really work. It spirals in, and then it goes down into Gaia, and then expands you out into more of your light anatomy. So we hope this helps. I will do a little write-up in the feed, well, in the description below. I hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening, and I've been asked to say, we hope you subscribe. Okay? So have a great week, and have a great evolving week with SALACIA and rehydrating that rose with Venus. So have a great day, great week. Bye. Thank you.